Hey, what's going on, everybody? How are you people doing here? Back again with another video here, another NFL free agency video. And today I want to talk to you people about why the Chargers, they are the real free agency winners of 2022. That's right, because first you look at them, they got Khalil Mack, a really good defensive player, because when healthy, Khalil Mack is an absolute beast on the football field. And now they also got J.C. Jackson, who has proven to be a very solid lockdown corner for my New England Patriots. Unfortunately, I am surprised that Bill Belichick decided not to re-sign J.C. Jackson, So right now it looks like that J.C. Jackson, he finally secured the bag with the Chargers. So all I have to say is, this proves my point about the Chargers having the best free agency out of any NFL team, And yeah, you can make a case for Tampa Bay too, because they got Tom Brady back. But, you look at the Chargers right now, I think that the Chargers right now are definitely the hottest team in the NFL right now. Not only because these types of moves are going to make a big impact for the Chargers heading into the 2022 season, but I feel like that, you look at what Tom Telesco is doing with the Chargers. He's been with the Chargers for almost 10 years. And so far to date, I think that this is without doubt the best free agency that Tom Telesco has had as manager of the Chargers. And, I also think that you look what the Rams did these past two off seasons. And the Chargers saw this because, this basically the Rams going after all those key free agent players in Von Miller and Matthew Stafford. The Rams did all that. And look what happened. It got them to a Super Bowl. So, Tom Telesco saw this and think to himself, if the Rams can do it, then definitely the Chargers, definitely I think it can bring success to the Chargers as well. And that's why Tom Telesco decided to go all in out this free agency offseason. And I personally think that these types of moves, Chargers definitely look like Super Bowl contenders in my opinion, not only because they have Justin Herbert, who is going to be a really good rival for Patrick Mahomes, but, the Chargers, they brought back one of their key offensive players in Mike Williams by re-signing him, and, you combine that with the addition of Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson, and you can't tell me that this team isn't good enough to win the Super Bowl, Now, because I personally believe that the Chargers, they are finally getting the key free agency. I mean, the key free agents needed to, fix their defense. Because if you guys look at this past season for the Chargers, Justin Herbert single-handedly was carrying this team on his back, But the problem was that Justin Herbert, he didn't have a good defense, and that's the big reason why Justin Herbert has yet to make the playoffs with the Chargers, is because, it always seems like that the Chargers defense has to let Justin Herbert down, and that puts way too much pressure on him. And I think that the Chargers going after Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson just goes to show you right now that this team has finally, looks like, decided to become serious about winning, not only because they saw what the Rams did, but I feel like they are definitely taking a page out of the Rams free agency playbook, like, you can't tell me they don't. And right now, just Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson, they're going to really bring the boom to the Chargers. That's all I got to say, because as much as I wanted Bill Belichick to re-sign J.C. Jackson, because he's been my favorite player on the Patriots defense, besides Stephon Gilmore, who Bill Belichick traded. Speaking of Stephon Gilmore, I think that it would be a really wise for Bill Belichick to bring back Stephon Gilmore now that we don't have J.C. Jackson on the team anymore. But only time will tell. But so far, I just believe that the Chargers, with getting Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson, on one side of the defensive line, you have Joey Bosa, and on the other side, you now have Khalil Mack. So those are two really big defensive linemen that can really, push offensive linemen around and just absolutely rip apart rip apart offensive lines. And they also signed that defensive tackle from the New York Giants. I forgot his name, but if you combine all those guys together and a big nose tackle, then it definitely something tells me that the Chargers defense is definitely going to be top 5 this season, because I would be absolutely shocked if the Chargers for this upcoming season did not have a top 5 defense, because I believe that the Chargers defense right now looks like it could potentially be top 5. However, only time will tell. But so far, man, I think in this video, I practically gave a good explanation as to why I think the Chargers are the real free agency winners of 2022. Just Khalil Mack and then J.C. Jackson. Like, heck, the Chargers are just making moves left and right. And while it seems like that the Patriots so far, the only thing they've really done so far is re-sign Matthew Slater. That's the only major thing they've done. And then the Patriots also have traded, Winovich to the Cleveland Browns. And so far the only thing that the Patriots have really done in this offseason is re-sign Matthew Slater. That's it. They gotta make more moves. Like, I'm still hoping Bill Belichick goes after a receiver, but that's a whole nother topic for another video. But just the Chargers, I think they're going to be a very exciting team. I think that this team can definitely rival the 2006 Chargers team. Like, I think that this team can be as good as 2006. Because the last time Chargers had a really good defensive line like that was 2006, when they had Sean Lights Out Merriman, when they had Jamal Williams as nose tackle, when they had Luis Castillo, Sean Phillips, all those big guys that used to play for the Chargers. And I think that this is the first time in a long time that the Chargers have had a really good defensive line. So things are looking promising for the Chargers right now. If they can avoid injuries, then the Chargers are definitely looking like Super Bowl contenders, and they could definitely rival. I think they could definitely, in my opinion, be as good as their 2006 team, but only time will tell. But yeah, so far Chargers, man, I think that the title of free agency winners definitely belongs to the Chargers. So that's all I gotta say.